So L makes that guy shoot himself. Could you convict L of murder? I don't know. I mean, if you could actually prove that she has telepathic powers, good luck proving that in trial. It's Jeremy West with Civitas Law Group. We're doing the Stranger Things finale today, and there were some stranger things in this one. Hey.
I swear to God I didn't touch shit.
So the gauges open up all on its own? Like magic?
There must have been some kind of malfunction.
Let me get this straight. There was a malfunction at the exact moment that truck showed up? You really expect me to believe that, soldier?
I swear I don't know what happened.
What if it was a malfunction? Only one not caused by us.
Okay, so first, right off the bat, one of the most interesting things that doesn't get addressed in this at all, and yes, it's a dadgum 80s horror show that we're talking about, right? But still, what the heck is the U.S. Army doing in Indiana? Okay, so we have a couple of acts that prevent the military, active duty military, from being deployed against the American people. There are exceptions. The Civil War was an exception because it was a time of rebellion. National emergency is also an exception. And maybe you're watching going, well, of course it's a national emergency. The dadgum Upside Down was trying to crawl out through, oh, what the heck is the name of this town? Doesn't matter. Whatever the name of this town is in Indiana. Okay, that's a national emergency. No, it's a localized emergency. And the National Guard, the Indiana National Guard, can be deployed to take care of that. These guys are all U.S. Army. So what the heck are they doing there? Okay, keep going. Okay, so this is now the U.S. military actually making a raid at a church on U.S. soil. Once again, no, I don't think so. If it was the National Guard, and that may seem like the fine line for some people, but remember the National Guard is actually people from that state, right? The Arizona National Guard is all people from Arizona. They're being asked to actually go and suppress something in a state that they live in. Generally speaking, you're going to go, wait, this is my home. And if there was a crazy order or something like that, you'd probably be going, no, I'm not doing that. Maybe one of the reasons or the logic behind that law. So it's not nothing. So yeah, the U.S. military making a raid against a church, yeah, probably not going to happen. Yeah, I know. It's an 80s horror flick. Doesn't get 11's help because they have the secret suppression speaker, whatever that is. They never really tell us what that does. Oh, now he's got a, what'd he pull out, 9mm there? Just totally trash can like 5 army guys. Okay, so what's the problem? Well, if the military was there on orders, whether they should have been deployed on American soil or not, they were there on orders, and Hop's just shooting people. Okay, now I'm gonna give away a little bit of a spoiler here. At the end of this episode, Hop gets a new gig as police chief somewhere else. So we're just supposed to believe that the military was like, yeah, you shot 5 of our guys, but all's forgiven. You know, sorry, we shouldn't have been there anyway. I don't think so. But let me give you the argument for the other side, because I have a lot of people that have been saying, oh, Hop shouldn't have gotten that job. He shouldn't have gotten away with all of this. Okay, what law applies? Because that just happened in the Upside Down. So it's not American law, because I'm pretty sure the Upside Down's not United States soil. Okay, and yes, we're in a fictional universe, I know, but it didn't happen on the United States soil. It happened in some alternate dimension, so it's definitely not U.S. law. I think you're operating under maritime law. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen in this situation because I know almost nothing about maritime law. But at least you can't say, well, they would have been, you know, punished under U.S. law because it was in a U.S. No, it wasn't. It was actually in the Upside Down. That's the argument against it. But if you think that's going to stop the U.S. military from saying, no, we were there on orders and you shot 5 of our guys, no, I don't think that's going to happen. Hop is going to finish this out and he's going to be in a whole lot of trouble. Another spoiler. When this episode is finished, the military's just gone. It just says 18 months later, and their town is just sort of back to normal. Everything just went away. So somewhere in there, I guess they said, hey, we did an investigation and maybe Hop shouldn't have really been shooting those people, but under the circumstances, we can forgive it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't know. Maybe maritime law was the excuse. Maybe they didn't know what law to apply in the Upside Down.
Guys, right here, right now. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just us. You think I'm playing a game here?
Interestingly enough, we might have the same argument for this guy, whoever it is that's, you know, shooting to the side of, what is she, 8? Whatever she is, you know, Elle's, I think they call her sister, right? The girl that grew up with her in the Hawkins lab. Hawkins, that's the name of the town. Okay, so this girl grows up with her in Hawkins lab. That's not the point. This guy's shooting to the side of her head, basically torturing her to get an answer out of Hop. Not going to be condoned by U.S. military, but guess what? Where did we pull crap like that? Guantanamo Bay. And why? Because U.S. law doesn't apply. Once again, the argument might be because it happened in the Upside Down, we're not actually going to prosecute it because we don't know what law to apply there. I think it's a load of crap. Personally, my opinion is that constitutional rights apply to all people, regardless of whether they're citizens or not. I know there's a whole lot of people that disagree with that. That's okay. Tell me your argument in the comments. But I believe constitutional rights are for all human beings, not just for citizens of the United States while in the United States. I believe it's a guide for how we are supposed to treat every single person. So regardless of whether we're in Guantanamo Bay or the Upside Down, we're not supposed to be pulling crap like that. What's he gonna do? Totally destroy a U.S. military helicopter. He destroys a U.S. military helicopter. Why is that important? Okay, everybody's familiar with an act called the Patriot Act, right? You can suspend constitutional rights, you can suspend habeas corpus, you can do all those things. I'm not super familiar with the Patriot Act, I'm going to admit, okay? I do criminal law. Arizona criminal law is what I'm most familiar with, but I am very familiar with one phrase found in the Patriot Act, and that is enemy combatants caught on the field of battle, right? Those are the people that you're supposed to be able to suspend their rights. Okay, I think Crazy Face, whatever his name is, just made himself an enemy combatant caught on the field of battle. He just destroyed a U.S. military helicopter while it's on a mission, fighting people that they probably are going to excuse as domestic terrorists or something like that. So, pretty good chance that this actually should have ended with that guy just disappearing and we never see him again. And I don't mean that in a good way, but yeah, that probably under the Patriot Act, real possibility for him. So Elle makes that guy shoot himself. Could you convict Elle of murder? I don't know. I mean, if you could actually prove that she has telepathic powers, good luck proving that in trial. Because, I mean, what evidence do you actually have? Do you have video of it? I mean, yeah, you can argue, yeah, there's 5 seasons of video of it, right? But would they, in this fictitious universe, have video of it? Would they be able to trick her into using her powers at the trial? Try to convince a jury of her peers that she actually used telepathic abilities to make that guy shoot himself. I don't think you can convict her of it. I don't think there'd be any way. Okay, those are my legal issues with Stranger Things. My other issues are, I'm just gonna tell you, the Breakfast Club scene with all the young adults at the end, what the heck was that even supposed to be? That's an ending for them? That sucked. Okay, the other thing, the kids, their ending, actually pretty good. But if you are going to give me 5 seasons of a story and then finish it off with, and you get to decide what actually happened to 11, that's a load of crap. Don't cop out. Write a real ending. Tell me what happened to 11. Those are my story issues with it. Okay, now you've got my legal issues and my story issues with it. All in all, I was like, all right, well, it's an okay way to end the series, but I'm still disappointed. 5 seasons of really good stuff and then that. All right, tell me what you think in the comments, and we will see you next time.